The knowledge of Islam is precious like gold, because keys to success this knowledge does hold. The knowledge of Islam is precious like gold, because keys to success this knowledge does hold.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen, amma ba'du fa a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. As-salatu wa salamu alayka ya Rasulallah wa ala alika wa sahabika ya Habiballah. As-salatu wa salamu alayka ya Nabiyyallah wa ala alika wa sahabika ya Noorallah. The Prophet of mankind, the peace of our heart and mind, the most generous and kind, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, said, recite Durood Sharif abundantly upon me. No doubt it is purification for you. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, salatan wa salaman alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulallah, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. My dear Islamic brothers, inshallah, we will try to learn the method of ghusl. Remember, the first condition for salah is taharat. The first condition for salah is taharat, purification. To get purification is first condition for salah. If a person needs to perform wudu, he must have to perform wudu. If a person needs to perform ghusl, now he must have to perform ghusl. Ibn al-Quraybi rahmatullahi ta'ala said, once I had nocturnal emission, so I intended to perform ghusl. Since it was an extremely cold night, my nafs lazily suggested a long part of night is still remaining. What is the hurry? You may perform ghusl at dawn. I immediately swore to give a strange punishment to my nafs by taking bath at the very same moment, wearing clothes and drying the clothes on my body. So I did that. Surely a disobedient nafs who is sluggish in abiding by Allah Azza wa Jal's commandments must be punished in such a way. Dear Islamic brothers, did you see? Our past saints would bear severe pains to thwart evil plans of nafs. The foregoing parable contains a great lesson for the Islamic brothers who, in case of ghusl being fard at night, miss the Jamaat of Fajr, or Allah Azza wa Jal forbid, even miss Salah out of laziness, feeling shyness from their family members, ignoring the horrible shame of the hereafter. Whenever ghusl becomes fard, one should immediately perform ghusl. A hadith sharif states, angels do not enter the home in which there is a portrait, a dog, or a junub, a person for whom ghusl has become mandatory due to sexual intercourse, nocturnal emission, or ejaculation of semen with lust. Now, method of ghusl. Make the following intention in heart without uttering any word with tongue. Because if somebody is in shower, in toilet, he is not allowed to talk. So this thing, I also noticed that people, if they forget something, if they forget towel, or if they forget soap or shampoo, now they call, oh, bring this, bring that, do this, do that. And if somebody will need, when in need of something, he will ask from outside, where's that thing? He will reply from inside, that thing is lying here. So these things are not permissible. When a person is naked, he is not allowed to talk, he is not allowed to recite anything. So when we started performing our ghusl, now first of all we have to take off our clothes. Now if you are making intention, now you have to make intention without using your tongue. Now make intention, I am going to take bath for acquiring purity. I am going to take bath for acquiring purity. If you will make this intention, you will get sawab for making ghusl. First, wash both hands up to wrist 3 times. Wash excretory organs whether impurity is present over there or not. Now if there is impurity on any part of your body, remove it. Perform wudu as done for salah, but do not wash feet. In case of performing ghusl on some stool, wash feet as well. Now moisten the body with wet hand, especially in winter season. During this, soap may be applied. Now pour water 3 times over right shoulder, 3 times on left shoulder and on head, and then 3 times on the whole body. Now shift apart from the place of ghusl and wash feet if not washed during wudu. Do not face towards Qibla during ghusl. So this is also a Shar'i mas'ala, Shar'i ruling. If we are naked, we took off our clothes, now we are not allowed to do our back or to do our front side towards Qibla. This is not permissible. In South Africa and in so many places we have noticed this thing, that the people, they do not, you can say, consider this thing serious. According to the architect's design, wherever he thinks that here we must put our toilet, or we must put our high pen, low pen, whatever they use. So wherever they want, they fix it. So remember, if this is not according to the Sharia, now we must have to change this thing. During bath, rub all the body by hands. Take bath at such a place where nobody could see you. If such place is not available, a man should cover his sitr from navel up to including knees with a thick cloth. If thick cloth is not available, 2 or more thin cloths can be wrapped on sitr, as thin cloth will stick with the body and color of thighs, knees may be exposed. Ma'adallah. So exposing the body parts from navel up until the knees, and knees are also included in sitr, this is not permissible. So if we are taking bath in such a place where we cannot hide ourselves from people, now we must have to cover this body part, so we can save ourselves from sins. Now this thing happens if normally the people, they go to swimming pools and also on beaches, they don't care about these things. And sometimes what happens, wearing the shorts, if our navel and just below the navel, any part of navel, because navel is not in sitr, but just below the navel, this thing, our sitr starts. And from front and from back, from both sides, navel is, you can say, just below the navel, the sitr starts. So this is also a big problem which has been noticed here. The people wear loose trousers, and which is normally will be very low from our navel, and from the back side, what happens if a person is performing salah and he goes into sajda due to the tight, skin tight shirts, and that part of body becomes naked and it opens to other people, it is haram, it is sin. This is not permissible at all. So remember, if we are performing salah in such a way that our pants are not up onto the navel, then our sitr could be seen from back side if we are going to the sajda.
It is happening quite a lot among the men now, because they wear this tight t-shirt and it only comes here, then it's wrong.
Haram, sin. If there is a person is in this position, we can't even greet him salam. He is not allowed to come in the masjid in this state, because he is continuously doing haram. The action is haram. Now there is also body parts, and for salah, inshallah, if we could get chance, inshallah, we'll learn this thing, that this whole body part is called one part of sitr. From just below the navel and from where our private part starts, that part is whole one part of sitr, which 1/4 of it, if it will remain open till the saying of 3 times Subhanallah, unintentionally it was open and it remained open till the time of saying 3 times Subhanallah, 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 the salah will break. So this is very important ruling. That why Dawat-e-Islami so much emphasizes on this Farz Ulum course, because due to our very small negligences and ignorances, we are committing haram. If a person is performing salah and while this part is, you are telling that this thing is very common everywhere. Now our youngsters, they are wearing very loose trousers and the sitr normally opens. They don't consider it haram. May Almighty Allah Azza wa Jal give us tawfiq to learn these types of masail. So if we will be aware of these masail, inshallah, we can convey the message to others. If the problem is that we don't know. Now, if I was not aware of this mas'ala and I just came to know, then I'll think, no, I was doing quite wrong. And that person who did this thing, who committed this sin, now tawbah and repentance upon him will be wajib. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam salatan wa salaman alayka ya sayyidi ya Rasulullah. A woman has to take more cautions. Neither talk during ghusl nor recite any invocation. After bath, body may be wiped with a towel, etc. Wear clothes immediately after the completion of ghusl. If it is not a makruh time, offering 2 rakat salah is mustahab, is better. Now, we will discuss and learn 3 faraid of ghusl. There are 3 things obligatory in ghusl. 3 faraid are compulsory to follow in ghusl. First is rinsing the mouth. First fard is rinsing the mouth. Second fard is sniffing water inside the nose. Second fard is sniffing water inside the nose. Third, ablution of the whole apparent body. Third is ablution of the whole apparent body. Washing the whole apparent body. Rinsing the mouth. Taking a little water into mouth and then spitting it out quickly is not sufficient. It is essential to pass water in mouth over every part, every cavity from lips to the end of throat. So this is compulsory. If ghusl is wajib or fard, now it will be obligatory for us to rinse and wash each and every part of our mouth. If we are only taking water a little bit and spitting it back, now it won't be considered as rinsing of mouth. Water must reach the cavities behind the back teeth, gaps and roots of teeth, all sides of the tongue and the brim of throat. If you do not have fast, you should gargle as well. It is sunnah to do so. If betel nuts or fibers of meat are stuck in the teeth, they must be removed. If there is a fear of harm in case of removing them, removal is exempted. So if something is stuck in our teeth, now we must have to remove this thing. Prior to performing ghusl, the fibers of meat, etc. were stuck in the teeth, but the one bathing did not feel them and therefore offered salah having performed ghusl without removing them. Later he came to know that fibers of meat, etc. were stuck in the teeth. It is now fard for him to remove them and pass water over there. The salah offered is valid. So if someone tried his best to remove all these things and unintentionally some things left between his teeth, now which was stucking, and he performed the ghusl, and after performing ghusl he also offered salah, and just now he came to know that something is still stucking in. Now it is fard upon him to just take it out and wash that part, but the salah which he has performed, that is correct and that is valid.
The using of miswak,
Ji.
It would be at this moment in time when you're rinsing the mouth.
Ji.
It would be, then it would at least assist in helping you with this.
Ji, of course.
You get the dawat also.
Yeah, inshallah we will learn these masail in the chapter of wudu also. Using miswak is sunnah, and if a person who uses miswak, his reward of salah will be multiplied by 70 times. Alhamdulillah. And the person who will be habitualized of using miswak, at the time of death, inshallah, he will remember kalima sharif, inshallah. So this is one of the, you can say, very big bounties, great bounties of Almighty Allah.
Just a question here, like you're talking about the food and stuff stuck in the teeth. What happens if now after you made ghusl, you read namaz and you found something stuck under your dirt under your fingernails? Is it the same rule as now wash it or do you have to?
Yeah. If you tried your best, that thing is the thing which is stucking, and you have tried your best, you have removed all the things, but still in the teeth, if something is stucking, now you must remove that, and you must have to wash that body part. And remember, if something is under your nails, okay, dirt and this type of things, now if that thing is, you can say, just under that part which is, you can say, over our tip or beyond our tip or excessive, yeah, that's exempted. Sometime a person, he scratches something, and you can say sometime little bit dirt comes, and this thing is permissible. If a loose tooth has been fixed with some compound or fastened with wire, and water could not reach below compound or wire, it is exempted. The thorough rinsing of mouth is first once in ghusl, and such thorough rinsing 3 times in wudu is sunnah. So we have to rinse our mouth. Likewise, we have read about ghusl that in wudu this is sunnah, to rinse our whole mouth 3 times. The second for this, sniffing water into the nose. Quickly splashing a bit of water onto the tip of one's nose is not sufficient. It is essential to wash nose up to the end of soft bone, that is up to the start of hard bone. So up until this place, a person has to enter the water and he has to sniff. This can only be done by sniffing water upwards, but remember, if even a part of equal to a hair tip is left unwashed, ghusl will be invalid. If dried mucus has accumulated inside the nose, it is for to remove it. It is for to wash the nasal hairs. So this is also from the faraid of wudu. Ji.
Now, we talk about snuffing it. Now, say you've got some kind of a problem or a blocking and you can't snuff it. What is the alternative?
Which type of problem?
Say the blockage of the nose or so, you can't manage to snuff.
Only the main thing which is compulsory, that you must have assurance that water has reached up until this end of soft bone.
Snuffing is not fun.
No, sniffing is not first. Sniffing is, you can say, the thing which is helpful to make sure that water has reached up until the end of this soft bone. So if you will you have the handful of water and you are just rinsing it like this, then normally in 95% cases the water will reach, if some dirt is not there.
The same thing if someone have a flu, right, and nose is blocked, right, your ghusl is farz upon you. Now what you will do? Usually when nose is blocked, right, water can't go in till the soft bone.
No, Bapu, this is not, you can say, difficult and not inconvenient to make sure that water is reaching here.
And another thing, if somebody, it's farz on you, like the ghusl is farz on you, right, and you're trying to sniff the water, right, and your nose starts bleeding. So what do you have to do? Because sometimes it starts bleeding for 5-6 minutes. Now you're standing in a ghusl. What do you do?
No, if bleeding is going on, then you must have to try to stop it. If it's not stopping, then you can perform the ghusl. While, it will not harm, or it won't affect the ghusl itself. That's another thing, that the blood which is coming, that blood is impure, napak. You must have to try to save your body from that blood. But this thing, I think, normally doesn't happen. In very rare cases, this thing happens.
Usually I have a problem with my nose, right? Especially when I snuff the water, right? My nose starts bleeding, right?
If you scratches or scratch or...
When I snuff the water, right? My one side starts bleeding. So I have this problem.
Then I think, Bapu, if you must see that whether this from where bleeding starts. If it is, I think not maybe from this front part which is soft bone, it may be from the hard. Ji. Sometimes this thing also happens with me, but sometimes in very rare cases, if I'm scratching it, then this thing happens. If you are just sniffing water 2, 3, 4 times and you make sure that water is reached up until the end of this soft bone, then your fard is considered valid. Ablution of the whole apparent body. It is obligatory to pass water on each and every part and down soft, fine hair of apparent body from hairs of the head up to the soles of the feet. It is obligatory to pass water on each and every part and down soft, fine hair of apparent body from hairs of the head up to the soles of the feet. Therefore, there are some such body organs which may remain unwashed if special care is not taken, and ghusl will not be valid on this account either. So there are different body parts which we have to pay special attention towards them. Let's suppose our armpits and our joints of these legs, and if we are performing ghusl while we are sitting, then this body part may remain, you can say, unwashed. So we will have to pay extra attention towards these body parts. Sometimes due to our ignorance, they may remain unwashed. So may Almighty Allah Azza wa Jal give us tawfiq to perform ghusl according to the ruling of Sharia. Ameen bijahin Nabiyil Ameen sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Salatan wa salaman alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah.